Alright guys, it's time for an update here. I finally have some time. I've been on call for work a lot, so I've only had a couple free weekends in the last month and a half. So it's a little difficult to get stuff done. So we'll see how far we can get this weekend. As you can see, I'm getting prepped for paint here. I figure I want the car all one color. It kind of is bothering me. And I have to fix some things. There's some wrinkles, you know, in the body here. I started grinding down, sanding down, and looking for putty and stuff. There was a lot of it here, so I'll have to rebuild this body line right here. That's really thick. We'll have to fix that. And the roof was peeling really bad, so just used some aircraft stripper and then sanded this all down. So in preparation for paint, pulled the fenders off here and the hood and the trunk and everything. I'll do those separate, prep them and get them ready. I got enough paint here. I went to BAP's. They're local to me, and I got some filters and crap here. What is this? Epoxy primer, black. So it's 2-to-1, some hardener. This stuff here is for adhesion promoter. This is for spraying on the plastic bumpers of the car here so that the primer will stick. I got some cups and stuff. And the way I'm gonna do this, I think for now, I'm just gonna get the body kind of straight. I bought, I got a gallon of nice, good quality filler so I can fill everything. So I'm gonna try and get the body somewhat straight. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on it. It doesn't have to look like a mirror or anything, but I'm going to have to weld in some patch panels down there. I have to grind out and cut out some more rust. Back here I'm going to have to make a patch panel and weld it in, grind it down. So, but I pulled everything out for the most part, get it ready. I'll just sand it down. Again, I'm not going to spend a ton of time on it. So here's the front clip. I still have to separate this fender off the nose and sand that down the other fender. This is our rigged awning type deal we just threw up here. This works great. It drops the temperature in the garage a good bit, and if I want now I can push the car out under here and sand outside and kind of shade, and it blows it away. It's just some ratchet straps, some concrete or cement filled buckets, and a tarp. This is my dad's idea. Works well. You just pull these tight and drive a stake in the ground over in here. So we'll get it sanded down today. I'm going to try and get as far as I can. I'm still on call for work today, so we'll see if people leave me alone. Oh, here you can see my transmission cooler. And I mounted up here a little better. You can see the red sheet metal I used to plug the hole. It was from a Ranger. So I'm going to see how far I can get. And hopefully I'm going to try and spray it tomorrow, so I'll probably be out here all day. I'll come out tomorrow morning early and see how much further I can get, and it depends. What I might do is leave the big parts open here, since this is like an epoxy primer. I can shoot it more than once, so I'm going to try and shoot as much as I can at once, and then if I need to, because I'm out of MIG gas, I need to go get some, but they won't let me pick the bottle up unless it's in a truck. So I gotta borrow a truck or see if someone can run some gas bottles for me. But I'm trying to think, since the last video, I mean, nothing really is different. Oh, the reason the misfire was happening, that's just, I'm sure, is what you really want to know. Okay, when I had wired the car back up here, I'm a complete moron. I pulled it apart to yank the motor out and put the transmission and torque converter in. Well, the reason that it was not running, well, actually it was running on 4 cylinders, and the reason is because I had this harness on that goes on the coils here. It was on 180 degrees backwards, so the number 1 plug was actually at cylinder 7 and 3 was at 5 and vice versa. So that's why it was running like crap. And then the reason the air fuel and everything was showing right, and why it was fouling this bank of plugs, is because my oxygen sensors in the downpipe over here, after both of these merge into one pipe, so this wasn't actually burning anything. This was just, these cylinders weren't firing. Well, they were firing, but at the wrong time, because when it would say think number 1 is up, it sends a spark to number 1 plug. Well, since I had them switched, number 1 plug, it was firing number 7, which is not at top dead center and not, you know, on the compression stroke or the fuel stroke. So that would be why. And then what it was doing was it was reading the air fuel over here after they already merged. So this wasn't actually burning anything. It wasn't, nothing of gas or anything was coming through here because it was all weird timed and pushing gas out the exhaust valves and crap. It was dumping a ton of fuel in this side to compensate for 0 fuel over here. So the wideband was really, really lean. So what it was doing was dumping a ton of fuel in bank number 2 to compensate to make this over here like 14, or well, yeah, 14.0, 14.3, whatever it was at idle. So that's why it was dumping so much fuel and fouling these plugs. So it was only firing on these 4 cylinders. And as far as it's like, as a comparison, I can, the fuel map for like the idle cells in Megasquirt were in the upper 40s, lower 50s at idle. And then I got it running right, and you know, the coil wires flipped back around, and it dropped the cell values from mid 40s all the way down into the teens, the low teens. So now it's right. Now it's scary. Now it makes a lot of power. I'm gonna make a an in-car video here, but since it's apart, I'm gonna try and get this done this weekend. In here, in the cage, oh, you're not gonna be able to see, but the crossover seatbelt part of the cage, I'm gonna make a clamp that has a threaded rod that sticks up, that sticks into the bottom of this handy cam, and then you'll be able to, I'll screw this, you know, in the car on the bar so you can look out. It'll be able to pick up the wideband and boost and tach and all that. I might have to see if I can find a wide angle lens for this thing. But anyway, that's where we're at. I'll try and get video as best I can. I'm gonna try and we'll see how far I get. I'm gonna try and put a lot of hours into it and see if I can get it done. So, any questions, let me know. Talk to you later.